Welcome back to the show. Just had a trot on the balcony, getting the rays. The sun is out again. The weather's been very intermittent and disappointing here in Santa Monica, which is not something we say very often in California.
I think Santa Monica's a bit more weird as well because, like, if you go further inland, it's like this is generally warmer. There's like less clouds.
Yeah.
I think Santa Monica's a bit of a special case, right?
It gets grosser as you go downtown.
Gets what?
Grosser.
Grosser.
Yeah.
So it gets worse.
It gets.
What do you consider worse?
It's
here?
nicer now, but when you get closer to the summer, then it just gets disgusting. So it's much better to be
Oh,
here
so you
for
mean
the majority of the year.
uncomfortable then?
Yeah, it gets
Like uncomfortable heat.
because downtown doesn't rain. It doesn't rain, right? And so like downtown gets really hot, very smoggy, and it's like dog pee, dries up.
Do you know what?
smells bad.
I got a boat out on Long Beach, and I went a few days ago, and I was in the sea, and in the horizon I could see like just this yellow mist, and I was really confused as to what it was because I haven't seen that before. It was, and I was like, is that smog?
I couldn't tell you.
I've never seen it. I was confused. So American producers say probably smog. That's some Chinese level.
That sounds awful.
But I didn't know.
Nothing's
I didn't know
Chinese
that was a
level.
thing. That's also true.
Chinese level is unreal.
Yeah, the sun's shining there. It's a jolly good day outside. But we're inside because it's time to watch some Mirage G2 versus the likes of Fnatic on Mirage. I'm looking forward to that. Love me some Mirage. We've seen the likes of Oscar earlier on, and now we get to see the likes of JW. So should be very interesting. 400. That's such a nerdy laugh. There's 400,000 points given away only today. That's really cool, man. One guy won 250,000 points earlier today.
I still have no points.
It would be cool to see what the average person buys with their points if we could track that. I don't think we have set that up at the moment, but that would be very curious to see what the favored weapons are. Is it still the Asimovs? The good old Asimovs. They are quite popular, actually. The Asimov M4s sell out every time they're restocked.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's because they have the most resale value.
Ah. Well, JW is going to get sold. Sort of bullet to the face. It's a terrible transaction. See his teammates now trying to shuffle their way in for the retake. Crim's working his way to the flank, but he's been spotted! And he's been destroyed, fragged, annihilated.
3 CCs left. Golden with the defuse kit. Can he make the hero play in the smoke? This is Zap's level defusing, but it won't work out this time. So maybe it's not after all. You can always see Daps doing some sneaky diffuses for NRG on a CT pistol round, but for Fnatic the answer is no. Let's see what weaponry G2 pull out for this one. Galil onto NBK. Double Galil. Nice. Relevant since the spray is the Titan logo in reverse.
How does the Galil spray match up against DCZ?
I don't know what the CZ spray is. I never use it, so I have no idea.
I mean, like how you somehow discern 10% better than the bombers.
Yeah, but I mean, you burst with the. I don't think anyone in their right mind sprays into CZ anyway. You burst with it, unless you're a filthy casual.
I guess what I'm asking is CZ better than the Galil?
Is it better than what?
The Galil.
Well, the Galil's will have better armor penetration. So,
Okay,
how about that for a bounce?
that's quite a bounce.
Yeah, the Galil has quite significant armor penetration, so I wouldn't bother comparing the two. It has better armor penetration than an M4.
But you compare the FAMAS to the CZ all the time.
Yeah, it's because the CZ is 10% better than the FAMAS.
Well, the CZ is a percentage better or worse than the Galil.
It's worse.
Then you compared them.
It's not worth comparing in detail, you morons.
FAMAS is.
Just stop. Yes,
And
because it's 10% better, and it's a pistol. That's the whole point. If it's better, it's worth comparing. Because why is it better? If it's worse, it's like, who cares? It's a pistol.
Or even if it's worse, it still costs like $1,500 less. It's like 10% worse. It's still pretty nuts. Just saying, we've got to get consistency here.
Ghoulies, 2 for 1.
I think it was stay in pit. That I think they released some pistol statistics of like how many pistols were bought for each type during Marseille, and the Julies were bought one time in the entire event. I think, if I recall correctly.
that they won the round.
I only buy them by accident. I don't even have a skin on my Julies because I just never ever buy them. The action of NBK shooting there looks like an earlier to mid-90s first-person shooter, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like no frame rate. Something.
Just like sprites. Yeah.
It's true.
MBK actually got like 3 kills there with the Jules.
I
It's one of the only players
how
that
the
can
view
use
model
that.
is like off to the side. Makes me angry.
Oh, you wanted scented?
I think so.
That's Quake 1 style scented view model. Oh. It'd be cool not to have a view model at all. Would be nice too. I actually think in Counter-Strike you kind of really need it though. Ooh. That's a good start for G2. They needed something to open them up, and Lekro is unleashed. He was a trap. The trap was sprung, but he was traded. So G2 coming out really well after this. That's an important 1v1 from Golden. He not only needed to get a kill, but he needed to get information as to what was going on from G2. Are they going to go into the A site, or have they actually rotated? And we can see them just crawling across the entire map here, trying to abuse the fact that the CTs can't look everywhere. But surely Apex will die here. Yes, he will. So Apex trying to go for information, but they don't really have the players to be sort of throwing them into the blender just for a bit of info.
This is not a bad attempt to go B because JW's not gonna just hold this.
I don't know how I feel about that
Right.
flashbang. But we'll come back to that. Kenny, time to put the knife away. Now there are problems. Mixwell with 8 seconds, and Flusher may be expecting a plant attempt. That may be the window, no pun intended, that Mixwell needs to win this round, but maybe Golden just spotted him on the high ground. Why do they keep pulling their knives out? Just wants that fancy extra movement, but he has no idea where his opponent is. That was a bizarre round. I think the flashbang, I mean, it's easy because we can see where the CTs are situated, but if you're going A, I don't think you throw a flashbang ahead of, not even on T-ramp. And Fnatic completely ignored it and continued with their second player moving towards the B-bomb sites at the same time. So
Well, anything you do can be a fake or a tell. It's like someone throws a decoy down at A ramp. What does that mean? Does that mean they're going A ramp, or they're faking going A ramp, or they're going B, or they're just waiting, or what?
Crim's looking to go for the deep peek here, finds himself some players towards pits. 3v4 now, desperation for GC, they've got to go for the FACEIT, try to trade out. Oh my god, Crim's able to pick up a gun, still use the pistol to get another frag. Ridiculousness before he finally is traded out, but the damage has been done here. Mixwell left with 1 HP, able to collect the AWP, full grenade set, but in the 1v2 you can't like his chances too much, but he does have the orb. This could be salvation, but it will instead be a proclamation of
chunks of death.
There we go. 3 orbs. 3.
Chunks of death.
This is winnable for G2. Just flash over A ramp, forward jump out halls. Easy dub. Sweater God.
Tactical timeout from G2. Gamers 2, formerly known as, and now G2 just stands for G2. These are the facts.
I like the rebrand. Like, I like the new logo and the name and everything. I just wish there was more of like a story to it, because you know they'd specifically rebranded so they would look better and stuff. And I feel like that image is just kind of empty. It's like the cool samurai and everything, but maybe that'll come with the history.
Perhaps, yeah.
And stuff.
There's definitely a lot of it's really solid branding opportunities, I agree. Some sort of cool storylines you can create with it, but the 3 orbs versus all the CZs and the flash, but this is kind of, could be one of the ideal rounds. If they had a smoke on pillar as well, something like that would be really nice in the window, but they don't really have much, and Flush is just a turret. He's a sentinel.
That's the spot.
He is the sentinel.
That's his spot. He just sits there and he doesn't even watch the first window. He'll just watch the second window that you can jump out of. It's the first window you can't actually do anything. And it's super safe. Just do this all, he does this all the time.
Do it all day.
He's been doing it for years. Seriously.
3 orbs. Still 3 orbs. Lecro will jump out of the window with his smoke the molly. Go for the peek over the smoke.
Lecro threw it on the top of the connector when he could have thrown it on the bottom of the connector and peek over the top of the smoke. Did that to himself.
He's doing it his way. Crims with the superior angle and also the superior gun.
What is G2's response to this? Most of the bodies in the middle position. I don't know if Mixwell got some sound cues for some active CT players, but he's caught Flusher off guard. 5 CTs were alive, but there was a hole in the defense CT. He sees the rotation around the window position. How does he choose to position himself? Lecro moving around, redrawing the AWP, and there's a complete collapse here from Fnatic, especially around the B bomb site. Mixwell has opened the round up, and his team will capitalize and maybe win this. From rotating in the apartments. Does Crims know that somebody's on the chair? He does now.
Not bad, not bad. 2v2 post plant. Retake positions aren't bad. Op and AK versus Op and M4. You have to see the T's are favored. And Mixwell's in a very proper spot. Golden's Molotov might be the deciding factor, but he's likely not going to throw it here. Mixwell now. Here's the footsteps. Looks down, takes the face off Golden. Off shots missed. Kenny S capitalizes with his. Easy 2v2.
Easy peasy.
EZPZ.
Lemon
squeeze it.
That was the most perfect thing I've heard on this broadcast ever.
Lemon squeeze it. Both teams on the buy once more. Crims on the MP9 once again. And he's made good use of that fast fire rate. Mixwell caught off guard. Not sure if he was switching between his a grenade and his gun. Either way, it was all too late. Flashbangs are out. Oh, Lecro doesn't see the play by connector immediately. Flusher will trade, but the trade will go straight back. Stock market fights on Mirage.
I like that. I like it.
Making the Galil look good as MBK as he pushes forwards. JW, not too much he can do perhaps here. The bomb will be collected, and due to have their choice of bomb site, they don't have to even challenge middle, but there will be one man. A body on middle. JW will get out of there, they're undetected. I think he was undetected.
I wonder. I was wondering if the strat there was wait to see where he is by having one person on every part of the map, and then just take the other two and go the other side of the map.
He's searching. I wonder if he's being heard. Oh, he hears the sound cues. Oh my goodness. There's actually a chance. There's a chance for JW to win this one. He knows there's another player. He heard all the footsteps. Oh, that's a shot he had to hit. Well, he won't get another chance. But if he hits that shot, or even one of the first out of the apartments, he could win the round. Wow. Wowzers.
Gadzooks.
If only what might have been, what could have been, and what will be. Could have been the beginning of a brilliant sentence, but actually, I'll just finish it there.
So I was waiting for something.
That was the blue balls right there.
Lecro alone now, making his way in with the P250. See if any more damage can be done. Kenny is making a lot of footsteps. Will he choose the right timing, taking the AK player out first, but there's one more. Wow, that's probably just bounced inside and out. 3-6. Fnatic spy won't be the best. JW on the scout starting this round at $2,800.
The scouts. Yeah, Fnatic not really looking like they're in all too great of a position. G2 looking to go for a default here, seeing what they can get. No harassment towards the B apartments itself, but a quick run down to underpass to just make sure that, because they know that Fnatic's money their buy is not going to be amazing, so that makes the underpass play a bit more likely. So they'll make sure that that's not a possibility. We see that. We see the pot flash, the two-man peek, but still, G2 are not interested in actually challenging towards the B apartments with the players, which you would normally see in a default. So you can see that they are bringing things back now to the A play. So it is interesting because it depends on how they read Fnatic's play with limited utility and weaponry. But they have decided that it's best dealt with by going for an A set piece.
Grenades have been deployed. Golden. Ooh, that Molotov might be too late, and there's one for the T side as well. Away he goes, and that's a great spray onto Crims around the stairs. JW managing to get something out of his scouts. But how much do they commit to this, Fnatic? They can see nothing through connector. They've got one player in CT. If Lekra goes down, the round is over. There's a pot flash, but it hits the T player as well. JW's down, and 2 versus 3. They might still fight for this because of that trade was pretty quick, but they don't have a kit on these two players, and Apex is coming in for the flank. They surely can't hope for a 10-second defuse. He's trying to draw players out of teams, do some damage, but they will be the recipients. And they've got nothing to offer in kind.
7-3, things looking pretty fantastic for the French side. MBK with great openings there, really, really nice stuff. So exposed to Apex as he comes up connector late as well. Can't really ask for something better than that. A couple HEs got on Golden and Flusher, and those will be deployed. Top mid take, looking for the challenge. Sometimes you're going to see the CT just try to face mids to try to just get some frags. G2 in position to deal with that eventuality. So the game is really just to create a lack of opportunity for Fnatic. And so far they're doing a pretty good job of it. They've shut down middle. You can see that Mixwell is solo pushing and doing so successfully into the B apartments. And these Deagles can't quite find any good engagements. Mixwell's doing a great job here, pushing forwards by himself. It's risky, but he has the chops, he's got the skills. And those skills are certainly paying off. Wow, great work from Mixwell. I guess 4 kills, in fact.
Yeah, he's been making space at B a lot. Caught Flesha completely off guard that one round on the rifle. He's been going there a lot of the time.
Aug's out again as well.
Aug's out. For Harambe.
Aug's out. Get your Aug's out.
Get your Aug's out for Fnatic. As we hear the footsteps in B, Kenny going very aggressive, potentially spawn-based play. Ooh, very close to the window. Lekra sees the barrel, and Kenny S sees nothing at all. The likes of JD and Alu like the pick plays towards the B bomb site, as do I. Ooh, Apex not ready for that position.
So trying to remove the possibility of a play being in the corner here. JW on the further angle though, elevated, looking for any player should they boost towards the smoke to block him off. Will he keep himself in position though? Oh, he's got a gap actually, so he's going to stay there. That's not a sound you hear too often.
It's scary, it is, it's really scary.
Note how JW does not scope in because he knows somebody's under the window, so that would compromise his position. Let's go for the faster scope as well when he's ready to frag. And Golden will close things out. 4-8 for Fnatic, trying to claw back some rounds here in late stages of the first half, but G2 have more money, so they will not give up these rounds easily.
Is there a big difference between scoped and unscoped on the org?
I actually don't know. Do you know?
I feel like
So you don't know.
it's better to burst. I feel, well, I'm not 100% because I don't use it as often as I might otherwise, but I used to use it on the old nuke when I played in main. I feel like the bursting is better when you're scoped in, as one would imagine it should be.
Yeah, I do wonder in Counter-Strike. Same with the Krieg, I do wonder. If you know the answer, tweet me. The challenge into connector is not going so well. JW is having a ball of a time. He's got Crims for support. You can't really have better support than that when it comes to the stairs and connector position. Crims has made it his home over the years, and his home will be shared with JW, and they seem to be having a good relationship there. Is Mixwell.
Oh, 4-3, baby. Yes!
Mixwell creeps in and denied. Had he got that kill, maybe there's a chance to get onto the side, but Lekro will deny Kenny Yes in the apartments. So 5 rounds for Fnatic. They're bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back.
I wonder if it came up on the radar or if it was a teammate who said, "À droite, à droite, à droite." Gosh is to the left. I can't pronounce the right properly, but it's spelled D-R-O-I-T.
What's go straight ahead? I forget what that one is. Oh well. Edouard. Sliggy says Edouard.
Since when did Sliggy speak French? What kind of sorcery is this? What other secrets does that man have over there? Probably best we don't know. But the police want to know.
I do wonder, I didn't take him for a language man. Gonna have to investigate.
He looks like a man who's yet to be identified by the police.
So he says one thing in French and everyone starts roasting him.
Well, enough about the observer, and now more about the observed. As we see JW coming in for the rotation. Lekro's got a good angle here from jungle as well. And it's proving troublesome for GT to make their way across. The initial smoke grenades have gone. There are a couple remaining to be dropped, and they could very well use them to get a bomb plant. So this does not happen. Lekro still of all division. Now the smoke goes down, but there's too much damage being done in the process. We'll have to see. Looks like they aren't too badly off here. Lekro has to go for the desperation play. Finds... Oh, he found Kenny, but he couldn't get the frag.
Flusher alone now, 1 versus 3. Picked NBK off. The bomb is down. And Molotov, will he fire through the smoke at the same time? He will. Before it lands, unfortunately. And the T's will escape. It's going to be really hard for him to defuse it through the smoke. It's just too easy to line up around triple. But he will try. Trying to draw the fire out. You see one player close, and he's had the right idea, but Kenny will shoot him in the face for round number 9 for G2.
That was nuts. Is he like 180'd?
Okay. But a reasonably close game on our hands if Fnatic can get that the sixth round on the board. So tossing an underhanded flash up into the air as he has made his presence known, and you can see the Fnatic are just poking in. They're poking into mids. But in comes the push into the A sites. This is where the real action will be. Lots of damage exchange here between the two sides. GT still looking to get onto the bomb plant though, and there it is, finally available to them.
There's a flank, and the flanker's name is JW. Flusher limited with the UMP. Again, it was did have a nerf at range, and he is at range. But JW slowly moving in with his French gun. And there's a French player who he will spot from the back. Of course, why not go for the
Oh my god, oh my god.
He's run away, but no one's detected the steps just yet. The smoke is still there, and in the meantime, it is only JW now versus 2. Last round and a half, of course. Maybe the FAMAS would have been better. And now it is all too late. Body need not peek. Gets one more for the statistics.
That's when it becomes totally unacceptable.
And there we
'cause
go.
That guy kills his teammate as well.
Oh, 10-5. GT looking really good. Again, it's like something that we mentioned about yesterday. Like, they looked great yesterday, but they just had a crazy opponents. Fnatic another crazy opponent, but still they're showing their strength. Mixwell, 20 kills and 9 deaths. He's having a lovely time.
Will it continue into the second half, though? That is the question. Ulkev La, for the one word, for the CT side. Lekro's got a Deagle. Flusher with the P250. P250 club is growing. G2 starting to gravitate upwards somehow towards the B-bomb site. Ooh, body turnarounds. Nasty surprises lie in wait. Trade is there. But what do they do now with this information? The bomb has not been spotted. The CTs start to stream away from B.
GT don't have to do anything too complicated here. They can really allow Fnatic to make the move. They're playing retake A. Positionally speaking. Some info there. They know that connector's been breached, and they have the information to retake. 4v3, the bomb's not planted yet. This actually looks pretty good for G2.
Bosh. Sound of a Deagle, but it's the USP to land a kill onto Lekro. No more Deagle for him. Flusher and Crims using those extra bullets in the Glock, and now it's just a P250 left. He's got the range Flusher. They're peeking wide. Mixwell straight in the dome, looking for the Desert Eagle. He heard it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not there. There's a worthy upgrade though. Some armor penetration with the P250. And Kenny will steal the Deagle. He knew all along.
Probably said A ramp. No, oh shoot. I think it was Palace.
When in fact, everywhere except there. More P250s. One flash to rule them all. The numbers game top mid. There is the flash, and GT players are waiting. They may have the master play here. Who will survive? Who will benefit? Reloads are in, and Lekro is dead. 4 quick kills for Kenny S. Building money for the inevitable, veritable, impenetrable, indefensible sniper rifle.
Indomitable.
Yeah, that works.
Immaculate.
Venerable.
Not immaculate. Venerable, yes.
Okay, I can't think anymore.
Uncontestable.
Oh, yeah.
I like uncontestable. It's a fierce word.
JW, will he spot Mixwell? It's not too uncommon that someone would be in Mixwell's spot in a smoke, so... Oh, well, the game's been given up. JW is not confident to go for the deep peek, though. Oh, there's a lot of players there. That's a problem. Fnatic exploding onto the B-bomb site with success, and surely that's an instant save. There's no way in. This is an impenetrable, indomitable, fortifiable position.
That's quite pliable.
That's a viable sentence.
This is so
Oh
awkward.
my god, did he notice? Okay.
People are not seeing things today.
It's a very inconspicuous position at the top of Cat.
Some may say kabobulous.
Unscrupulous. We're stuck on the Us's now, aren't we? We're stuck.
Dubious.
Let's just leave it alone.
Incontrovertible.
Excuse me?
Too many syllables for me
I'm
now.
adding to the Evils one.
Too many syllables. We've
Okay.
moved on. We've moved on.
Syllables.
Syllable.
Stop, you nerds. Stop.
Syllable.
G2 with double the score of their opponents. Both, well, I would say both teams on the bye, because look at the bye of G2. Kenny has the AWP. We've seen many spectacular frag from him today and yesterday. That might be what G2 need. So their spectacularness in Mixwell's hold his defense of the catwalk area, and NBK has compounded the problems by taking the bomb.
Ooh. That was peculiarous.
I will leave the set.
This is not going too well. That bomb is so very lost, and so is the round there for Fnatic. That did not really pan out. Really lovely work from Mixwell as per usual. Man, he's been just rocking this Mirage game from start to finish. He's been having a ball of a time. 24 for 11. He has left an indelible mark on this game.
Will it be enough though? It isn't always.
Ooh, how's that a miss?
So many targets, too many man. Not enough frag. Fnatic charging in, looking for number 7. No trade to Apex's frag. He doesn't know what's safe though. They're expecting a split. The bomb's been left top mid. The bomb is miles away. And but maybe Fnatic just concentrate on going for elimination. However, NBK is still on the B bomb site. Body gets traded. Now NBK is alone. Look at the health on these players. They've got less than 25 HP combined. NBK might have heard somebody running up top mid if there wasn't running involved. But now the bomber can rotate. But if NBK stays here, then the bomb might have to cross if he makes his way into jungle. And now things get a tad interesting.
It's all about the waiting for G2. NBK is in a good position. He doesn't need to move. If he moves, that actually can cause more problems than just staying still at this point. So you hold the angle and you see whether or not you guess correctly. Little does he know, he has guessed correctly, his initial guess, but you can see he's second guessing himself here. And this is sort of the reason why there's two approaches. Either you do what he's doing now or you just hold an angle. Because at the end of the day, it's essentially a 50-50 regardless of what happens. It's unfortunate to see that he has guessed incorrectly, ultimately. But such is the way of it. He's got a Thug Life sticker on his AK-47, his point disarray.
That's not his AK-47, he's a CT player. That's somebody else's.
Well, he's got a Thug Life sticker on that AK.
That he has.
I respect that.
The sticker looks pretty good.
It does actually. I think I'll get that one.
I stockpiled those, I've got like 10 of them.
Really?
I'm all about the Thug Life.
Can I have them?
You can buy one.
I give you Counter-Strike lessons in exchange.
What, like Rush Ramp? I've played with you, Dan.
Is that DK's favorite strat?
When I play with him, he just rushes and either kills one person and dies or dies. And it's like, great, it's 45.
Nice. And then what does James do?
And he doesn't communicate either. So I don't want to play that.
I think you got this information when we played together 2 years ago.
Never again.
2 years ago, you guys are roommates.
Well, James isn't in my division, so he can't play with me in hubs.
Oh, that's like
so
that.
I'm in Elo Hell.
Alright, well. Oh dear. NBK with the singular AK for G2 will go down. It's a nice lineup for JW. He'll be slightly annoyed if he's tickled by Kenny S. And then he'll remind Kenny S who is the boss. So,
Bossy.
some sort of easy rounds here for Fnatic to get them back on their feet. And we'll see whether G2 can have success when they eventually get the AWPs back out. But for now, it's all Fnatic. It's all about the golden-led Fnatic.
Tough spot for G2, although they have the round advantage, of course. As they lose rounds, they will make money. If only real life worked that way as well. Hold the L, but take this cash.
just the pistols. Everyone appearing from underpass, like a set of trolls.
Nice. 4 men surviving, that's not bad, but now the big guns come out for G2. Do they go aggressive? They've got 2 ops, Kenny S and Mixwell. That is a scary prospect for anyone. That's just, imagine if you're against those 2 guys. It's crazy. What will Fnatic choose? They know that the ops will be out. Maybe not 2, but they know that there will be at least 1 op. Necro.
Oh, that is a long journey back through the flames, and the grenade will send him on his way. The bow on the present. The wrapping was rushed. There's sellotape everywhere.
Necro is still in my strats.
What's your strat? Go ramp and get blown up?
Yeah, that's what you said earlier. It's like a
Yeah,
lead on.
yeah, pretty much,
It's a lead on from your joke, mate.
That's true.
I'm actually helping you burn me here.
As Lekro was burnt.
Acknowledge.
And then Exploderize. Finally, an opening frag for Fnatic, but what remains? Crimson Flusher. Very capable players, but with double the opponents, G2 very capable as well. Ooh, but surely there's a time where Mixwell turns around. There is a clock where he checks connector. Flusher, he wants to find 2. He wants that second frag, but where is anyone else? Where is the hole? Where is the other player? Why is no one looking in mid? Maybe it's the responsibility of the player who could be on cat that he can't see. That's an angle he can't cover. And again, Mixwell will eventually turn around, but then he'll eventually turn and look at Palace. So this is becoming frustrating. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. He must have heard the scope. He knows where Mixwell is. That bomb needs to cross now. Ooh, is the timing good for him? It's not good for Crims. 25 seconds. 2 plays to catch. The flashbang not good enough. NBK. That's unlucky for Flusher.
Yeah, I love watching him in those positions, because he's one of the smartest players, because his game sense is so sick.
If they just had one more, like they just had 1 smoke for the cross, that would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But he got the most important kill. Connector would have been like the second guy that they would have seen crossing, but the CT guy would have been the hardest to kill. So it made sense, but NBK played his spot properly.
Almost, but not quite. Must-win round for Fnatic. G2 just shy of match point. And they're a man down.
Nice trade coming out there from JW. They're going to make their way into connector now as Golden picks one up in window. Apex was going for a quick kill, but it's going to be an equalizer for Fnatic. They are on the ropes right now. They are in a bad spot if they lose this round. G2 on match point. Don't want to mess with that, and that's the timing. Bad timing for JW, that is. And this is really problematic, because that jump towards B may have indicated that they were going B as the whole plan here. JW being the flanker. Game has been given up. Flusher in the 1v3. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick on the shots. He won't get too many opportunities, more than 1 perhaps, on each of these players. So he has to make it count. And they are waiting for him to plant. And there's just nothing he can do. 15 rounds to G2, 1 away from defeating Fnatic and going 2-0 today, which would be fantastic for them. I can't wait to see how the table is shaping up. We're at that stage of the league where, you know, every time we finish, you know, the EU portion or any portion, it's just so interesting to see how things shape up. Okay. Deagles.
Thanks. 2 pistols remain for Fnatic and 2 rifles. That is quite the trade from Golden, who continues to deliver for Fnatic, but it might not be enough. Got players falling off balconies. This is a very fast-moving round. The bomb has not been spotted just yet, despite the 5 frags in this round so far. JW spotting NBK repositioning, but did NBK see him as well?
JW moving forwards. Oh, I thought that was so on. That is very disappointing, and that's 16-9. Fnatic will be defeated by a very well-performing G2 today. They will go 2-0, and that's awesome. I think they deserve it. Again, after the performances we've seen recently, they have been due some Ws, and today they'll get both.
Going into the second half, I thought the game was actually far from over. At 13-8, I really expected Fnatic to have a great T-side and honestly come back, because their first couple of rounds were so confident. But G2 continued to apply the pressure properly and complemented their great T-side with a great CT side as well.
G2 and Ninjas in Pajamas with victories today. They were pretty close together on the table, so they'll both move up together. But how that impacts the teams around them, it'll be very interesting to see, and we will soon find out how that all plays. And indeed, it is a much better day of results for G2, considering they went 1-3 yesterday. So that makes them 3-for-3 in the last 2 days, which is really good for them. How about that, Mr. Mixwell? 3,200 damage in normal time. Marvelous! And it's only 69.
128 ADR. That is unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal stuff.
Yeah, a really good performance from him. And here is the final standings for after today. And, wow, Fnatic on number 2, but G2 quickly climbing with these 2 wins. And you can see that NIP after their matches today as well, not far away. This is pretty tight for the second spot.
I would say FaZe, G2, NIP, and Mouse Sports are all vying for 3rd and 4th spots at the moment. It's really interesting stuff. So we'll have to see how that plays out in the coming days and weeks of ECS. More European action tomorrow. But we've got North American action coming up for you in about 35 minutes. So stay tuned. Top of the hour, 4 more games. We'll see you soon.